So here's Phoenician Starter Kit. The following are a few things that I use to illustrate the destruction of spellings and their previous defined intentions of another, to dispel them and to re-empower your intent. All one needs to do is see the concept. And these are merely examples of how I see all languages as they pertain only to sound. I use whatever language, number, sigil, or word that suits my intent, where the sounds traverse all creation. Enjoy. Now, a few basic rules to break first are this. 1. The fact that any and every letter can be sounded out in all its forms, regardless of the word, and how you were indoctrinated via school or religion, etc., is the overall concept and the only program you must break to see this magic. 2. Key components are all found in words as they relate to creation itself and found also in the spellings of the letters and numbers themselves, and will create new sounds based on those same spellings, i.e. the letter K is K-A-Y, K-E-Y, K-A, K-A-I, K-A-E, K-E apostrophe, Q-U-A-Y, Q-U-E, the French word K, C-A-Y, C-A-I, etc. Phonically, and all of which can now be repronounced differently as well, such as ka now being ka, or kaw, K-A-W, C-A-W, etc. Remember, no rules in Phoenician law where if it can make a certain sound in one word, it now applies to all words. Example, survey. Funny how I just mentioned that, eh? Wow, just a coincidence. Master of all, I survey, sir of truth. Survey can be spelled survey phonetically, where the same sound also applies in key, making it sound like K or K, and where survey can now be pronounced survey. 3. We also have to factor in all sounds, and that includes music and the notes such as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, and ti. There are only 7 notes in the true scale, where the octave or 8th note is simply a higher matching frequency of the first note. I will define those separately later, but they appear in countless words in all languages too, of course. 4. Any and all letters can be silenced in that they are all silent in a word somewhere. So that applies to all letters in all words as one sees fit or phi t. See the following of some examples, and I listed out 26 letters all silenced. Excuse me. I did that the other night with, what was the essay? Just did it. Silencing of the Lambs. So anyway, carrying on here. Aren't we just carrying on, having a great time? I think we are, but that's just me. The hardest thing that people will find to overcome is the depth of spelling programs we were all assaulted with. Here's another example of a word spelling breakdown in a bit more detail, and since it is the concept only that one has to get, let's bust that word, or W-H-I-R-R-E-D, down, but also keep in mind it is the intention of any word that matters, regardless of spellings or languages, since the intent is the key to being owned by the spellings. Concept. Con as a prefix means both with or for, and without or against. So every word with a prefix like this can mean both what you intend and exactly opposite of what you intend, and how the courts have been able to assume and presume everything we write or say based on their interpretations of the law. The suffix set, sept, is sounded like set or 7. Set is the spelling of the number 7 in French, or the God number. And we talked about that. Se, ve, en, which is all creation in truth mind. It correlates to H, or Ash, in the Greek alphabet as the 7th letter, Ita, which also means God, and where H is symbolically the pillars of Solomon or Hercules, etc. That is bridged allegorically, showing the 2 hemispheres of the brain connected fully, the God mind. You will quickly begin to see the countless threads and directions every word can go off in, but you will also notice the fundamental aspect of everything returns to creation, the God intent. Every word is a duality mirror of itself, equal and opposite, where if one were to only accept the literal definitions of another's intent, you are owned by that self-same intent of another, and you are polarized. A few key elements of words are the following, however, and wherever they appear in any and all words, and based in sound, where we are spellbound by visual-only traps. Ship, hood, meant, ments, ent, ents, sigh, 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 are all sounds meaning mind or spirit. Also remember, if a letter can be silent, sigh, l, ent, in a word, it can also be silent in every word as well. Remember, no holes barred, no rules apply in phonics. Every letter can be spelled out phonetically in many ways, as can every number or number. And don't forget your spelling knife to slice and dice between every letter in every word or syllable, psi label, spirit label, or the psi law bull, the spirit law of the toroidal. It's all about going into your toroidal field. That's the master. You got to master your torus here, okay? Because the only thing that separates mind and heart is the torus. And your heaven or hell is all determined by what comes out through the pearly gates, your teeth. Right? Also, back to the essay. Excuse me. Also, one also needs a basic understanding of the Zodiac. What the signs mean, what their motto is, and what their energy in the cycle is, and what their polar opposite sign is, as a major clue to your own roadmap in your own journey. And here are the signs and their mottos, and keep in mind that you are all 12 signs within, where all things must be brought into balance to reach the I heal not status of the 13th warrior, Christ mind of Ophiuchus. Now, I went through all these. I'll just do them really quickly. It's in the document, so everybody has this now. Aries the ram rules the head, the I am not. Taurus, the bull, rules the throat and the tongue. I have, or cut in half, I have, cut in half not. Gemini, the twins, rules the arms, the lungs, and the breath. That's spirit, by the way. I think not. Cancer, the crab, rules the breasts. I feel not. Leo, the lion, rules the heart. I will not. Virgo, the virgin, rules the belly and the womb. I analyze not. I analyze not. Libra, kidneys. I balance not. Scorpio rules the sexual organs. I want not. Now with an O, which means need. Want, W-O-N-T, to want is to need. I want, I need. I want not, I need not. Sagittarius rules the thighs. I see not. Now remember, see is a note of unconditional love. But some people might miss that. So I unconditionally love not. It's all in the sounds, boys and girls. So pay attention to the sounds very, very carefully, right? Capricorn rules the knees. It's a Christ consciousness. I experience not. That's the goat that can get got. Your goat can get got. That's your got is gone. Got in German is God. Stop giving up your goats. If I can piss you off, I got your goat. Aquarius rules the shins and the calves. Or the call truth, as a matter of fact. Call vase. I know not. Pisces rules the feet. We just came out of that. Some people are still in the Piscean, requiring fish slaps upside the fucking head, and I'm here to do that. I'm an Aquarian. I got the water. I'll put you back in that water, or I'll pull you out of it and throw you on the beach. Pisces, feet. I believe not. You must solve every part of this within yourself, and the mottos are the perfect guide to ask yourself all these questions as it pertains to the golden rule of wish upon others that which you would and will wish upon yourself. And how you are trespassing or being truly neutral on this. What you sow, so shall you reap. In your mirror and your free will choice of, by one's actions, one is known. So let's carry on with the phonics magic game, where you can begin to witness the magic of this world fully exposed in the sounds of Phoenician, purple people, law. It was finding this key that allowed me to unleash the Kraken upon this world, and soon you will see your own Kraken awaken. In my world, there are no enemies or allies, inasmuch as they are all one, and the same to me, where it is now only my intent that applies as to how I use these most potent of tools. This game is not about vengeance, and if you are still in that mindset, you will be consumed by your own evil intentions. Fact. A few key prefixes, suffixes, sounds are pro, pre, per, re, ra, or re, ro, si, po, di or de, un or ab, aw, ag, ad, and it is handy to have an etymology dictionary nearby, online, to start to trail all the proofs for yourself, since the left cane masculine brain requires this until such a point as your right God able feminine brain finally takes over. Keep in mind, I will only be sharing the basics of these because I could write books on every word, because the threads are endless once you start connecting them. Here are a couple of examples of how a word, even a simple prefix, can explode into countless intentions and meanings where your intent is kept singular by D-Phi and I shun. That's the of creation, my creation I shun. Or more commonly spelled definition. It translates into of sacred creation mine I shun, and uncreation mine I shun, and of creation mine in the note of love, key mine, and so on. Pro, for, from Latin, and contains the Greek sound of ro, or spirit breath, a very important letter and sound, and is rolled like ro. Think Scottish accent R, and you'll have it. It's a vibrational letter. Pre equals before. B, the number 4. Capital B, number 4, where B is a conjoined 13, the 13th warrior concept in the state of being. It also contains P as ro and re as the original spelling of the sun god Ra. As a hint, all the characters that are external are actually you, within you, since you are God itself, something religions wanted you not to know and why God was made external. The letter E in lowercase, ka se, the spirit of creation itself. E is 9, or yang in the mirror. No rules, remember. None, since you are God and don't have any. Pre can also be pronounced as ro, where P is the mirror shape of rho as it appears in the Greek alphabet, and why Rome uses the chi rho symbol of an X over a P, or chi rho as it sounds. So, pre means spirit breath in the mirror of the light of God, and where per means the mirror of the spirit breath in the mirror of the light of God. It's a mirrored mirror. The layers are deep and reveal infinite intentions as it only applies to you. Even the word fact comes from Latin factitious, which means artificial, or AR, God in the mirror. T, or T, the note of love. Phi, or Phi, the golden mean of creation. C, see, and say, or psi, see, and say, the entirety of creation and all. It's all in the sounds, too, guys. When you start seeing this, your jaw will drop. I promise you, it's freaking awesome. Per equals bi, or bi duality, as in bipedal. So per is bi, or bi duality, spirit breath in the mirror of God mirrored. Please remember that any use of the word God is referring to you, since that is who and what you are. As one lives by the words, or sword, one dies by the sword, or words, where die in Latin means day, and is a name for something you roll, and the die is cast. I'll share a few things as it pertains to me in the alphabets, and I'll use both upper and lower case, kase, to illustrate a myriad of hidden meanings and thus hidden potentials. There are many, but I think the basics will suffice for now. Are you beginning to hear, say the very simple sounds in all the words yet? All I want you to see are the connections to get the concepts. All letters have a corresponding masculine odd number and feminine even number position as well. The capital L letters have correlative aspects in that they are the spirit of masculine electric intent in the torus field manifestation, where L is me, or magnetic electric culminated. Oh yeah, this stuff will blow your mind once you really see it. Please note that these are only a few aspects of each letter, but enough to see the power of phonics long hidden. A, 6, or yin in the mirror, first letter. B, upside down and backwards P, where this reality of physical is the same way, reflected from spiritual reality. To be or not to be. Say conned letter. Say creation conned letter. Turned you upside down and backwards, boys and girls. Okay, C, the opened O of creation, the note of love, the middle C, 528 hertz or 9 yang consciousness. The unconditional love where creation opened allows all things in and out equally. The C, say, etc. Creation itself made manifest. The Trinity at the 3 position, go figure, himself, herself, itself. D, the 4th letter, the box, and also the Trinity of the Greek letter delta, the creation wave or frequency, and shown as a triangle in Greek. E, the mirror of 9, yang or consciousness itself. In the 5 slot or 5A, sacred creation, mean in truth, where ve is from verily, meaning truth. F, the original shape of S, and therefore can be used as such along with C, K, G, iota, J, and anywhere the EPH sounds appear as spelled. This will illustrate that phonics is sonics, sound where the F, S sounds are concerned. G, the newest letter of the Western alphabet, in the 7th position, replacing H or God in the alphabet, and sounds like J, and the capital or capital L, G, is the inward spiral of 6, physical hex or master spell. 7th letter as a 6 equals 13, or Christ consciousness in the quad, 4 delta waves, C, D again. H, the 8th letter octave, where the H is God as previously shared Y, it is the phoenix rising from the ash, H to infinity. I, the one below the dot, circle, Circe call, above the say-elf or self, say-elf, say-els, sales, say-els, seals, sales, etc. Look at all these words and all these sounds and how quickly and how closely they match. Big pictures, huh? The I is 9 and thus consciousness itself in manifest form or half the picture of reality. J, the as above, so below I. More complete balance of the genie or je, I, EYE, AYE, yes, mine of the I in E9 consciousness. It is the 10th letter or X Roman numeral, pronounced as ki as well in the Greek goddess Io, the mother of creation. K, the spirit. Ka is Egyptian for spirit. The kappa, spirit, and as the 11th letter, it is the master number and shows the twin pillars needing united, or shows a divided spirit in physical form created and spiritual form creating. L, the 12th letter. The L, creation made manifest in the delta of Trinity or triangle. C, D again. L is the right angle or Ra, the right ascendant or the square of the Masonic mother sound. M, the 13th letter, the magnetic void where all creation exists within the Christ consciousness, or Ki Ro is love. N, the infinite made mine. It is a letter used as a possessive claim to all adjoining letters like say N, creation is mine, or TN, love is mine. Used in the form of nth degree where N makes TH, theos, God, mine to infinity. 14th letter reverting to 5, which again shows consciousness. Catching on yet? Seeing the threads? O, 15th letter in the symbol of creation. The ovum, an all-encompassing void of feminine creative magnetic is. To sound it, it begins wide open and contracts to complete. It is not seated, whereas the Q is and is one of the vowels, oaths with intent. P. I just finished off with P. I had something else there, but I didn't like it. But anyway, just carrying on here. I will break down a word to show you how to see the exploded, exploited, Io's death plot to kill the divine feminine view and multiple fractals of intention, as in to be tight. This is about tying all the loose threads to expose the magic of creation. Rumpelstiltskin, rumper, creating, rupt with a silent P, to break or break the rump. The rump where one breaks wind thread. Rumple is a wrinkle or a fold, something people in showbiz refer to as a problem. In the script, it needs ironing out. Room, a magnetic electric, U is electric, right? A magnetic electric cuss, discharge. Mucus? Discharge indeed, where M is the divine feminine of creation, and the U is the intent, international symbol for electricity, masculine intent, cursed. Remember, this is phonics, not spelling, so focus only on all the sounds you can create with available letters, where stilt can be sounded as style, T, or style, etc. I've added some etymology breakdowns where you can start to connect these threads yourself to see how many intentions are contained within one word, and therefore give you options to opt into a definition and opt out of it by choosing what you can spiritually contract with. Skin can be pronounced sky-en, which means my sky, and kin can refer to family or knowledge from slang to know, where a kindom is to know silence and or ignorance via kin-dom, to illustrate the duality of not just this word, but every word. This is where stilt, style, T, becomes the ladder of love, where love, or lave, can be pronounced as lave, which means the law of truth. As soon as you can accept that, you must stand in truth fully. You will be considered an outlaw, regardless of how many fictitious laws of man you think you must obey. Man-made laws, or laws, are the aberration of natural law and order. Take the time to really read the etymology and you begin to see the threads from the nature of the game here, the divide and conquer. The spellings are the fishers of men, where those that control the definitions accepted are the fishers of men. The Fisher King. Always look for things that resonate with you as per your life path experience. This is what is meant by follow your heart, because your programmed minds will try and doubt you out of the true reality. I did a couple of words here. Rupture. Interesting words. This is Rumpelstiltskin. Something else, and I've talked about this many times in the past, the English language, being the newest of all languages, really went into serious change and upheaval between 1530 and 1540. You might want to research the Medici clan to see how involved they were, especially with the creating of the Order of the Dragon around that time as well. You'll see a lot of new definitions and new altered meanings of words came to fore. I was blown away by how much happened during that decade. And you'll see it when you go on to the etymologies, you'll see from the 1530s or 40s. So between, in the 1530s and 40s was when the English language really got messed with. And it was messed with before that. It's been messed with the symbols and sounds all along, but it was very clear to me how really intense it got. All right, so late 14th century, originally medical from Latin ruptura, the breaking of an arm or a leg. Fracture, fractal, fracture, yeah, fractal. If I can fract the intent of your light of God, fracture, then I own the fractal. All right, so from past participle of or stem of rumper, to break. All right, or to snatch, re-up. Let me see. Rumple. Circa 1600, possibly a variant of rimple to wrinkle, from Old English rimple, wrinkle, possibly influenced by Middle Dutch rumpellen. Do you see what I'm talking about here? Rumpelstiltskin, and there it is in Middle Dutch, rumpellen, related to Old English rimpan, which is, to me, I see the H, which is the Trinity in the light of God, re in the magnetic, M, pan, to go across. So you've got rimpan, to fold, wrinkle. And of course, R-U-M can be sounded out as room. So I went looking for R-H-U-M-E, the French word for cold. And what comes up? Room, R-H-E-U-M. Mucus discharge. There's that fucking mucus again, eh? Anyway, late 14th century, from old room, a cold. 13th century, modern French room, from Latin ruma, from Greek ruma, discharge from the body, flux. Oh, there's your flux capacitor, right? A stream, current, flood, a flowing, literally that which flows from rain. Look at that. Sounds almost like the English word rain, right? Rain, to flow. That's what it means to a sovereign, okay? Which is sove rain. So, to cast seeds forth. Ve, of truth. To flow, rain. There's another way to see it, and it's the same fucking thing. You see, every language will work its way back into the one thing. You will see this. It's from the... let me carry on here. This one gets pretty long, but anyway, it's in the essay. Spend the time going through this and start seeing how everything connects. It's friggin' awesome. All right, let's go to stilt. Early 14th century. Oh, look at that. A crutch, a common Germanic word. And look at that. Danish style T, the style of love. Swedish style ta, in the style of gratitude, the crutch of gratitude. Middle Low German, Middle Dutch stelt or stilt. Old High German stelza, plow handle or crutch. And what is the Ursa Major? Well, that's the Big Dipper, isn't it? In Ireland, we called it the plow. It's Mama Bear. And it all ties back through this. Same way. Oh, sorry, I just made it clear. Though the exact relationship of them is all unclear. Sorry about that. I maybe should call this guy and let him know how this works. Anyway, from Proto-Germanic, well, I don't speak German. A few words, but not many. Application to wooden poles for walking across marshy ground. You better get your silts on, eh? And look at this. It is from mid-15th century, meaning one of the posts on which a building is raised from the ground. Now, raised, R-A-Z-E-D, means destroyed from the ground. And it's first attested in the 1690s, right around the time of William III. You know, Battle of the Boyne, asshole, that guy? Yeah. As a type of bird with long legs from 1831. Stilted in the figurative sense of pompous, stuffy, is first recorded 1820. Old English, this is style. Old English style, device for climbing, a ladder, related to steigen, to climb, from Proto-Germanic, stig, to climb. An arrangement to allow persons to pass, but not sheep and cattle. Seriously, do you think you can make this shit up any fucking clearer than this? Are you seeing the trends here? If you're not, you're blind. Let's go to style. Oh, same sound, eh? Style, with a Y instead of an I. Early 14th century, style. Oh, look, it's a writing instrument. Pen, mind. Pen is head, Pendragon. Stylus. You're fucking right, we got styled. Stylin', baby. Piece of written discourse. Yeah, it's definitely designed to throw you off course. A narrative. A treatise. Treatise. Treat eyes. Yeah, oh yeah, you're spellbound. Your eyes are full of treats. Also, characteristic rhetorical mode of an author. Manner or mode of expression and way of life. Manner, behavior, conduct. It just grabs everything there, right? Oh, have a look at this. Spelling modified incorrectly by influence of Greek stylos, which means pillar. Is that like Solomon's pillars? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. If my sarcasm isn't working tonight, I'm doing something wrong, but carry on with me here. Which is probably is not directly related. Wrong. It is. Everything is directly related. You polarized being, you. As distinguished from substance in the 1570s, meaning mode of dress, is from 1814. Love skin. Yeah? I love skin. This one's good. Let's get our skin on, shall we? Late 14th century. To remove the skin from. Originally of circumcision. From skin. As to have a particular kind of skin. From 1400. In the 19th century, U.S. colloquial use to strip, fleece, and plunder. Fuck yeah, maybe. Yeah. That works too, isn't it? That definitely removes our skin. Hence, skin game, one in which one player has no chance against the others, as with a stacked deck. Sound familiar? Thought it might. The type of con game played in a skin house. Skin the cat in gymnastics is from 1845. Yeah, well, this cat's doing some of her own skinning these days. So perhaps another look as to what stigmata really means. Stig, to climb, per son. And here's something else for all you legal types that think, I'm not a person. Well, keep saying that. Keep saying that. And you're saying you're not by the sun. You're not of the sun. You're not the creating light. Of course you're a person. If you think, I'm not a person, then you've polarized yourself away from your God state. This is some tricky shit, guys. And all you need to know that is this. It's really simple. Every fucking word you utter has an equal and opposite, a positive and a negative. And when you find both sides of that coin, the head and the tail of the dragon, now you can flip the fucking coin. And it will land on the rim, I promise you. But you got to trust your Aladdin, Jasmine. James, take me home and don't spare the whores. So let's look at it again. Stig, to climb per sun in the creation. By the sun in the creation. Ma, ingratitude. Ta, thank you, slang. So stigmata. So you're climbing into creation in gratitude as the sun. This is where you all get to be Oedipus Rex. That's the or, the O-R. That's the row your boat. That is the aura. That is the A-U-R, the golden spirit breath. Just depends on how you spell it based on how you sound it. Or you can stay stuck in one. That's okay too. Now all sounds and slang, etc. factor in as well. You may start to see what's at stake here and why a stake is used to impale a vampire's heart. You have a choice to be a vampire or a va-empire. One who ramps up anger and negativity, or one who goes to the fires of creation herself. You will see so much more when you can finally accept the duality of every word and stop dividing yourself thinking only in terms of one thing means positive and another means negative. This is the polarized psychopath. To the degree that you are polarized is the degree you are a psychopath versus psychopath, where co is polarity of duality and singular shared creation. Once you can see and hear the singularity of a word, which means you can show both sides of a word, positive and negative at the same time, now you have the free will choice to decide of kill or unkill, which intent you want, which is need. Get on your knees, Christ. Capricorns, y'all have them. If you take only the prescribed definitions of another, you will suffer from their illness or illness, to mean I willness, or in a state of being I will accept, or accept, alternating current of 7. See, this is why you got to see this shit. I can't even read this out. You need you need to see how the words work. Keep going back to accept, and you'll see it. Anyway, so and you wonder what goes on in my head, guys? Holy shit, you should see what goes on in my head. Anyway, so the AC set, which is accept, alternating current or current of set 7 or save-en, creation of my truth or God, empowering the ire or their intention. Just a little side note here. If you take the IRS and put the two words together, remove the space, and what have you got? Theirs. Render under Caesar that which is Caesar. Give them the illusions. They seem to love that shit. Anyway, I'm from Ireland for a son, and I know why, because I asked myself that question regarding every aspect of my experience. You know how they talk about the Irish with the, you have that Irish temper. Yeah, the timer. Depends on what you define temp as. Or the love of magnetic through spirit breath into consciousness with spirit breath. Temper. Temperance. Oh, yeah, there you go. Anyway, where was I? Every word is a say and ten say sentence. Every sound has a hidden definition of phonics, I-O-N. Sound of creation mind. So you need to slow down to hear this. I mean, seriously, you are an infinite and immortal being, so what's your hurry? Hurry. Hero 9. Consciousness. What's your hurry? I write the way I do to force people to put on the brakes, and actually, AC2, you in French, ally, all lie, pause long enough to think about what I am creating, and the neurons, the neurons, or as in known, neurons, begin to reconnect to open heaven's door within to your kingdom, knowing silence, where the rivers of creation flow. It is only then that your aha moments begin to unrumple, where un means not versus the French sound for one becoming the one rumple, W-O-N rumple, or the victory over that wrinkle or wrinkle. The sound is the ring to rule them all, the street or path of true intention. Every single legal document is perfectly shown in the definition of gull as follows, where lee is the calm side of the ship or mind, and the whether, or whether or not, introduces a duality of doubt in whether or no you should do something. Every sin gull, cyan gull, spirit mind duped, see what I mean, thing ever written by these loons is full of Babylonian, where all they have is our acceptance under assumption and presumption. You may want to check on what a sump is and how you are being mined of your truth by accepting the lies of another point of you, eh? Every single sound in a word has a meaning contained in it, within it. And if you don't understand the meanings, you are spellbound into every meaning where the intent of all things sent remains hidden, and like a gull, you will swallow anything, and those that control the intent know this. Now, so do I, and so do you, if you take the time to simply absorb this truth in silence. The left brain is the decoder, not the decider. That is the realm of the heart, to make things right. The literalists are all caught in the stories of the buildings of someone else's creations. For me, the letter T is a master letter to illustrate the double cross of love and crucifixion. The capital L T is simply the lower Kase spirit of creation. T with its head bowed to creation to allow nature to take its course, heart of creation. It is also the master letter in Phoenician, as shown with both an X for the lowercase t and an X inside a circle, ovum, se, ro, po in t, that's 0 point, the creation of spirit breath in the seed, in love, in intent per kase, which is uppercase, U, electrical intent, per, by, ka, spirit, se, in creation. The joy in this knowledge is the fact that this works in all languages, including spirit, mind, tongue, pledge, or sign language, langage. A gauge, or gage, is both a pledge and a measurement of things, and is simply the measurement of what we say or create from within our hearts, our core, and project into our torus fields, creating our realities, our phi LDs. Phi, sacred creation, L, the intent, D, into the delta waves. What is a delta? It's an expansion of one river of truth, and it empties into the ocean. If you have a lot of conflict in your life, perhaps begin to see how you are creating that reality based on all your agreements that are your no-step minds, and or two-step minds from A in French meaning two. I've added quite a few etymological roots, or roots of words, R-O-O-T-S, R-O-U-T-E-S, of words below that I urge you to really read from a phonics position, where your ears can see and your eyes can hear. I have listed caution at the bottom, and I want to shed some phonics light on the sounds first, before you read the actual definitions. The actual definitions. Caution sounds like caution, cause shun, cost ION, cost your ion indeed, cause TION, etc., just to stress the point of getting deep creatively, where your creativity has been thwarted, and where you can see how a word swings both ways, where it's up to you. Sorry, I put use there. Up to you, say, yeah, well, intent of creation. That's you. So I didn't see. You can't make a mistake with this shit. To swing that pendulum. We can speak of the crown or the crow end, the crow mind, that owns all your cause, C-A-W-S, C-A-U-S-E, the spirit of intent into creation of ka-you-say, cause, until you regain your own crown, and cause accordingly to singing calm. While this may seem complicated, it's not. Where all you have to get is the concept of how the specific spellings of words with the hidden sounds of intent have owned your cause, and your crow has no able I love or ability. Excuse me. If you can change the intent of the sound as to how you will accept it, you have changed the spell in your favor. Get this, and the universe is your oyster. Just look for the calm on with me threads that work for you. And remember, calm one, C-A-L-M-O-N-E, common, is a calm one, right? It's all about getting into the lee, getting into the wake. Okay? Where are we? It works for you and you, all one. You might say it alone. I just say all one. It works both ways. See you on this side of the mirror when you do. That's really cool over here. You should hang out. It's awesome. P.S. I added both Greek and Phoenician sigils charts at the bottom. See how many threads you can connect with each aha moment you experience. Time to throw caution to the wind, no? Caveat emptor indeed. Buyer beware, or another will empty Taurus. Empty your Taurus. Emptor? You can't make this up. Empty Orus. Or gold. Empty gold. Yeah. Caveat. You're damn straight if you don't get it right. Anyway, buyer beware, or another will empty Taurus. Empty your Taurus. Word creations. You getting the picture yet? Picked-Y-O-U-R. Picture. Getting the picture yet? Yeah, they're picture clean. Anyway, I'm just going to do a couple of these because I loved gull, right? So think Lee Gull, all right? By the way, the word can't, this is why it's a positive, because when you know how to cast a spell, that's what's called a cant. An in, can't, ta, t-ions instead of shuns. That's what a cant is. Can't. So it's a cant term for dupe, sucker, credulous person from the 1590s of uncertain origin. Look for the Medicis, you'll find it. Perhaps from verb meaning to dupe and cheat from the, 1540s. Shit, Kate, you were right. Earlier, to swallow, 1520s. Ultimately from gull, throat, gullet. Early 15th century. See, gullet. Didn't bother because I already know what a gullet is. Or it is perhaps from or influenced by the bird, seagull. Oh, I don't know about you, but you ever seen a fucking gull eat? One of my buddies from the East Coast used to say, that boy eats like a gull. Yeah, a fucking head up, throat open, drops into the belly, right? So, perhaps influenced by the bird? That's what a gull does. It eats fucking everything. Another possibility is Middle English, dialectical, gull. Newly hatched bird. Yeah, you spring chickens. Time to be old mother hen or old mother goose here. Well, sorry, I like mother goose because she lays the golden eggs, and I got her sitting right beside me. Anyway, from a newly hatched bird from the 14th century late, which is perhaps from Old Norse, guller. There's that yellow thing again, almost like gold, isn't it? From the hue of its down. Let me see. A couple of these are... Oh, I love this one. Leech, the first noun, is a blood-sucking aquatic worm. Let's go to noun 2. Leech, obsolete for physician. You think? Let's go to sump. Mid-15th century, marsh, or more ass. Like more law, more ass? I thought so, too. From mid-13th century in place names, from Middle Dutch, somp, or Middle Low German, sump. From Proto-Germanic, sumpaz, from meaning spongy, meaning a pit to collect water, is first found in the 1650s. Sump pump from 1884. Originally was in mining. Yeah, who's been mining your golden aura? Lectern, I like this one. Early 14th century. I think of things like, Hannibal Lecter, Start connecting all this shit, man. I can tie movies to this. I can tie videos, cartoons, everything. Anything and everything I've ever done, I can tie to this. One thread, and I'm pulling the sweater apart. You might say sweater, whatever you want to call it. Now, Latin lectrinum from late Latin lectrum or lectern from root of Latin legere. Sounds almost like legal, right? To read. Okay, let me see. There was a couple here. Lector. Oh, there's Hannibal Lecter. Reader, a cleric in one of the minor orders. From late Latin lector, reader. Agent noun from Latin legere, to read. All ties back. Cauterization. This is rooting out caution. C-A-U. Caw, what a sound a crow makes, and shun. And you got to put your crown back on, or your caw gets silenced. And also, caw, shun, means that you're afraid, which means you doubt Aladdin's going to take you home. No wonder your cause is shunned. Jump on the magic carpet, it's fun. 1400s, cauterization. All right, let's... here it is. Cauterize. Caught her eyes, indeed. From 1400s, from Old French. I've never seen this in French, but I'll take a stab at it. Cauteriser, from late Latin. Cauterizer, to burn or brand with a hot iron. Ire mine, I-R-E-N, iron. You might know what the Iron Cross is all about now, too. Look, you're really angry and killed a lot. We're going to give you an Iron Cross for that. We're going to crucify your fucking Taurus with it, too, and ring it around your neck, dopey. Anyway, burning or branding iron. Sounds like something you do to a cattle. Wait a minute, didn't we do that? Yes, we did. Cautery. Branding iron. Caution. Oh, I love this. From 1300? This is what it means to have caution. Bail, guarantee, pledge, from Old French, caution. Security, surety, from Latin. That's why you get cautioned. As soon as you're cautioned, you're fucking bait anyway. So anyway, that's... So here's my promise. Pro mi se, or pro mi se, for my creation. For magnetic electric creation, where you control both the creation and the intent. Time to promise yourself a new reality, eh? Me.